Hello, my name is Rich, aka cruelbrit, and this is the League of Gaming Gentlemen. Cue music!
It's time for the League of Gaming Gentlemen.
Play ball!
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Oh yes, boys. Welcome back from a long hiatus. As I said, I'm Rich, aka Cool Brit, and we are back for a new episode after a short-ish hiatus of summer holidays, bad scheduling, COVID, hollybobs, and all the other bullshit of life that goes on. But we have made it back round the table tonight, and we are going to crack on with the show. We have got some business to do. And joining me as ever are the players, some of the greatest players ever to play bullshit games like this. Anyway, I should have prepared that a little bit better. I had 2 months to prepare my intro. So before I go on, let me just start again. Not in editing, Stu. There it is. Let me tell you what we're going to go through tonight. So we have got a super packed show because we've been away. So I'll go around the players, chat to them. We're going to do F1 talk. F1 is done, Duane. Done, mate. First, but we need to talk about that. We need to talk about the winner. We will talk about the Blue Shell Challenge. Duane versus James. Has Duane pulled one out of his arse and knocked James off of the pedestal, or has he completely fucked it? Let's have we'll find out. Then we'll get on to the real business of the night, and we'll get on to the talking about the next challenge, which, if anyone can remember that far back, it is Dirt 4. Yet another rally game. It is James's game. The wheel has been fixed and picked James an absolute winner. So we haven't done that challenge. We will then go off, do that challenge, and come back, and we'll talk about it. So that's it. That's the general running order. Anything else on the agenda, Mr. Stuart Whitehouse, I've forgotten? I don't think so.
No, I think we're all good. It's going to be a very, very, very packed show, so we want to try and condense it as much as we can.
Yeah, good luck.
So let's go.
So come on, Stu. Tell us what you've been up to in a very condensed 2.4 minutes.
Right, Mass Effect and Tribes of Midgard, end. That's it. That's it. No, I've got my platinum for Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2, nearly got the platinum. I'm now doing Insanity, and I wish I didn't now because I'm starting to not like the game, only because it's so hard and I've done it to myself. It's my own fault, and that's it, really.
Which one's that? Mass Effect
3?
Mass Effect 2.
The better one.
Right.
I've already been through it once, and I've completed it, and I've gone Suicide Mission and completed it in great, but I didn't get the platinum. And I needed to Insanity to get all the trophies. It's just so hard. But that's it. Really.
I think the clue's in the name, really, isn't it?
I know. Yeah, but Insanity on Mass Effect 1 wasn't as bad. It wasn't bad at all. But anyway, but I'm still loving it, and I don't care. I want it to last forever if I can, that game. I just love it so much. And that's it, really. Just obviously life going on. I've seen a lot of films and that, but we're trying to condense it and pack it down to as fast as we can.
What have you been up to outside of gaming then? Have you been doing anything? Have you been to any festivals?
No,
have you been...
not at all. We're still in lockdown. It's just still a bit rubbish. I've been to a pub a couple of times, and that's been ace, and I've loved that. So.
Yeah. I hate to break this to you. You're like that guy who was found in the jungle of one of the in the Pacific things. Lockdown is over, mate. You do know that. You're not in lockdown.
Yeah, well, it is and it isn't. I mean, I'm still a bit wary about, wanting to go out and stuff like that. But, I've got to get my act together because sometime soon I think we're going to a gig with Dave. And
oh yeah,
who are you going to see?
And
Suede.
Oh, nice.
Suede. So that'd be cool. So I've got to get my shit together then. And also I've booked a ticket to see Simon Amstel. And when is it sometime in October? I don't know when it is. And so I've got to get my shit together on that one. So I've paid for the tickets now. So So yeah, so
Really leaning into the LGBTQ community then.
as always.
Are you and Dave dressing up to go to Suede? Will you be going androgynous?
Dave.
Well,
Talking of
I haven't thought
androgyny,
about
it's
it, but
Dave.
We'll have to make sure we don't kind of wear matching outfits, Stu, won't we?
That's very true. We can't clash. Yeah.
Have you got the classic Suede T-shirt to wear from the 90s still?
I never had a
Me or
suede one,
Dave?
to be honest.
Sorry?
I never had a suede one.
I have a funny Suede anyway because I never actually liked them in the 90s. I'm only recently liked them.
What?
So
Right.
I was very wait till ever. Yeah, I just didn't like them. I think what they were because they were so in my friend group. Everybody loved them, and I was thinking, oh fuck this, I've had enough. Just too many people like them, and I would just
Always
want
the
to-
maverick, Stu.
He is not
I
a
want to be
sheep.
different.
He was a hipster before hipsters were hipsters.
I did that with Morrissey as well. Never liked
Oh, that's
Morrissey at the
cliche.
time, and then until no, he's ace. Well, he's okay. He's a lunatic now, admittedly. Politics are a bit
Yeah.
weird, but you know, he made some good songs.
So, well, you stick with your kin. So that's fine. That's very exciting. That's very exciting. So Dave, let's move on to you. And what have you been doing, mate? Apart from DIY?
I'm not. Well, I'm not going to talk about DIY tonight. I've done a little bit, but we won't discuss
Oh,
that.
go on. Actually, I can't.
No, I'm
not
not going.
hear
I'm not
about
going to because
DIY.
I've got other stuff. I've got other stuff to talk about. I can't.
Okay.
I can't talk about knocking a wall down or hanging a door or anything like that. I've got to talk about other
Did
things.
you have to rehang the door after you knocked it down by accident when you were doing the wall?
Two different projects, mate. That was two totally different projects.
Did you get the door from James?
No, I wanted a good door.
Oh, what a nice.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't afford my doors, Dave.
No, you couldn't afford
Look at
my
that.
doors.
Not
If you want any back doors to smash in, smash James's back
not
doors
even
in.
Rich. Not even
just
not
won't
even
get through
our
them.
resident and millionaire Rich could afford my doors.
Are your doors impenetrable then, James?
My doors are impenetrable.
Duane could penetrate your
only some of them are. Some of them are watertight, blast resistant.
blast resistant. I have blasted them. Right. Anyway, I've been on holiday.
You've been down to Fishguard. You've been down to Welsh Wales, as they call it. Yeah.
Fishguard.
And did you
Your
impress them
neck of the woods.
by doing fake Welsh accents when you're down there, thinking it's somehow endearing, and it's actually really fucking annoying?
No.
He did,
didn't you?
He did.
You did. You spoke
I
right going,
didn't. No,
"Oh,
no, I didn't.
whose
My wife and my
this
son
is
spent-
funny. Do you guys say, whose coat is this jacket? And other funny things. You crazy
I'll do it now in a minute.
rules.
Um,
I knew it.
no, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, my wife and my son did spend the week talking in an Irish accent. Weirdly,
What?
Oh, that's random.
it's because they couldn't do Welsh, so they slipped into Irish. Although there is an Irish ferry that goes from Fishguard, so it was kind of.
There is, yeah.
It was kind
Why
of.
were you trying to put an accent on in the first place?
Well, I wasn't.
Okay, why did you make your wife and your child put an accent
No,
on?
it's their thing. It's the sort of thing that they do. It's nothing. Makes nothing to do with me.
Do they do that everywhere they go on holiday?
Yeah.
That probably narrows down the list of places you can go then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should. Yeah. Anyway.
That's one habit my missus has got is when we go on holiday, she can't speak the languages of French or Italian or Spanish, but she puts the accent on and speaks English.
Oh,
Two people. Two actual
Without
people.
she's
knowing
Joey
it.
Barton, is she?
May I have the spaghetti?
She gives it the old Steve
May I
McLaren,
have
does she?
the wine?
You
Yeah,
must sit there with
exactly.
your head in
Yeah.
your hands.
I'll tell you what I have got. I've got an interesting fact about Fishguard, actually. Would you like to hear
Go on
it?
then. Yes,
Awesome.
please.
So, Fishguard was the site of the last ever invasion of mainland Britain. Did you know that? No, you fucking didn't. But
No.
it was. It happened in 1797. And it lasted... It was a failure. It lasted 2 days.
Yep.
For two reasons. First reason, the invaders were French. That's not normally their thing, is it? But
No.
Anyway, they had a go. Secondly, they found a local supply of wine and just got pissed. And
Excellent.
it all fell apart for them, and 12 of them were rounded up by a woman with a pitchfork.
You sure this wasn't did you recreate that on your holiday?
Absolutely not.
It sounds like exactly like what you did on the holiday. Identified the wine, got hammered, got chased with a pitchfork.
Were your family doing fake French accents as well?
No, it's true, it's real. The reason I know that it's real is because the woman with the pitchfork, who rounded up the 12 French soldiers, was called Jemima. The pub, the local pub, what's it called, Rich? The Royal Oak. That's where the guy that repelled the forces set up his base of operations. That you can get a pint of beer in there called Jemima's Pitchfork, in honour of the woman called Jemima who rounded the soldiers up with a pitchfork.
Must be true then.
And
okay,
I've got a report. The beer is absolute dog shit. Fucking rubbish it is. But it's like, it's a traditional thing.
Well, I tell you, as we're keeping this tight, save it for fucking TripAdvisor. Thanks very much for that.
So I'll tell you what I've been playing quickly, shall I? Quickly?
Please do, yeah.
Midgard, obviously. We'll skirt over that. Got back into Disco Elysium on day 3, Rich. There's more stuff happening.
Oh, you're on Wednesday, are you?
Yeah, Wednesday, yeah.
I don't know that game. I have to be in the right frame of mind. I know we've said it before, but yeah, where have you got to in day 3? I'm probably ahead of you, so
I've just kind of opened up the map like massively. The map kind of seems to be 4 times the size that it was now.
Yeah.
What do I know? I kind of know what's going on with the lorry drivers and the drug smuggling. I've sorted that out.
You've sorted that out, have you?
Well, to a point. On Tuesday, actually, I sorted that out.
Right. Okay.
And I found we're being a bit spoilery here, really, aren't we? So we probably should.
Yeah. Have you any idea how far because I've personally not looked at any spoilers and no idea. I don't know if this goes on for 20 days. I played it for 17 hours and I'm on day 3. So I don't know if this goes on for 5. Have you any idea? Have you any inkling?
I don't know what's happening. I don't even know what's happening in the game, let alone what the end game of it is. I haven't got a clue, but I'm enjoying it. It's funny. I'm still liking it. I get to play it being a drink and drug addict without the physical effects. Yeah, it's all right. It's good.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. How are you getting on with Tribes? It's still got content there for you, or?
Yeah, it's more of a social thing, isn't it? I think it's the kind of game in itself is probably a bit of a sort of background thing. The main draw is just kind of hanging out with up to 10 people, and it's just something to hang it on, isn't it? Really, the game.
That is a good description of it. It's the gaming equivalent to background music.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I like the game, but I only like playing it in the group. I just don't like playing it on my own. It's just boring. I'd rather do something else. So,
no. James, you've been playing Midgard with us. How have you been getting on with that, and what have you been up to?
Midgard, exactly the same as the other two. I played it on my own a couple of times. It's like, yeah, it's just not as fun. It doesn't have the same. There's only so many times you can slash enemies in the same way and down Jotuns and all that.
To be fair, though, we need somebody like Digi to shout at us, to make us go and do things.
Absolutely.
So,
shout out to Digi for being the captain of
the
our
Tribes
crew.
expert.
Yeah.
Outside of Midgard, I've kind of just been. I've just been playing old games like Madden and FIFA and shit. Cause I've had real life stuff going on in the last few weeks. It's been tricky, shall we say?
It's been tricky, yeah.
Have you found, changing the conversation a little bit, have you found Madden though?
Not the new one, this is the old one.
Is it the new Madden?
Still the old one.
Oh, the old one, okay.
The only new game I've purchased, which is not out yet and is out in a month, is FIFA 22. No, I've just had, with all my real life stuff going on, I haven't really had the opportunity or the want to get into anything heavy and stuff like that. I've just been using it to get away from life to some extent.
Yeah, stick on, play, enjoy. I mean, I'm in a bit of that cycle as well. I really want to get my teeth into it. A decent game. I've got too many roguelike games. Not having heard of the phrase roguelike before this year, I've now got Returnal on the go, and I almost bought Hades, and obviously Tribes is a similar sort of thing. But I kind of need a game where you can progress and don't start again and kick you in the arse. But yeah, I've been sort of looking at that. Go load up Rocket League, play a bit of FIFA, do a bit of Tribes, get to Returnal. So yeah, bit of a gaming funk. But all the new games will be coming out. Anything you're looking forward to? Are you Last of Us? I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn.
So I've got the Last of Us
cancelled,
2
but not cancelled.
sat in my gaming rack
I thought
just
you did.
over there.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah, absolutely. That's as soon as that comes out, I will be purchasing to the max that and going straight in.
What is the date on that? Is that an entire year delay? Is that it was supposed to be March, wasn't it, or April even?
Yeah, I still think it's 2021, but they haven't set an actual date yet.
Yeah,
I haven't looked at it.
That'll slip to 22, surely.
Easily.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll try and get out for Christmas. Who knows? But that would be good.
But I've been to cinema a couple of times with my son. We went to watch Jungle Cruise.
Oh, is that any good? It looks nice.
It's fun. It's you know what's going to happen at the end very early on.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Dwayne Johnson's a good actor.
Is it like a hark back to the 50s or something? I don't know. I've seen it. I've seen the sort of top level sort of trailer or something. What's its
40s?
What's its actual stick? Is it like the 40s? Sorry,
Yeah.
40s adventure, like
Yeah, 40s,
Yeah.
50s, 40s. No, not 50s. 40s Nazis trying to search for something, type thing. It's like
Yeah.
so it's not nothing like it, but it's like Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones light.
Yes, in the sense that the Nazis are looking for something which just seems mental.
Oh, them Nazis. Those Nazis,
Nazis.
they are mental, aren't they? They did some crazy shit, looking for shit in jungles and stuff. You would have thought they'd had their hands full, but no, apparently.
I
they
think
had
it
time
looks
to do
like
that.
a nice family fun.
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
And
my
that's
son
all
really
I
liked
want to
it.
watch it for. Yeah.
And then a couple of weeks ago, I took before my daughter went in for surgery. I took them both to go see Black Widow.
Oh, did they like it?
Yeah, they like it. They like the Marvel films, and I like Black Widow as well. I thought it was good,
Yeah, good film.
but I like the
Good.
Marvel films as well.
Yeah, it's good to be back in the cinema. I went and saw the Quiet Place 2.
I really want
I've
to
got
go. I really want to go see
my
that.
opinions on. I won't go. It's fine. It's fine. It's frustrating because I think they could have done more with it. I don't want to spoil anything from the film.
It's the
but
middle
I enjoyed
film.
it as a film.
It's the middle.
I hope it's a middle film.
Middle film
It
of a
best be.
trilogy.
It's got to be. It is a middle
is.
film of a trilogy. It's season 4 of The Walking Dead, which I was just called The Walking Around and then some dead people, which is what season 4 was, which is when I lost that. But Quiet Place 2. I mean, you're into your Quiet Place, Duane. You went and saw that.
Like those.
What did you feel about the Quiet Place?
I enjoyed it. But yeah, it's setting up for part 3, definitely. I know it's been given the green light, so that will be happening.
Has it been given the green light? Okay, so they haven't started filming. I absolutely presumed it because I walked and my problem with Quiet Place 2 is it's a standalone film. It could have been Quiet Place 1. They could have actually done that and you don't have to see Quiet Place 1 because it doesn't actually move any of your knowledge.
No, there's a little
forward,
bit at the beginning
really.
with like where shit came from, but apart from that, no, it's much of the same. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely worth seeing if you like Quiet Place. Definitely worth going to see it. You'd be foolish not to, but yeah, I think I just hope they nail it with Quiet Place 3. So my worry is it becomes The Matrix and it just starts becoming messy and confused.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I didn't get the feeling they'd written Quiet Place 2 while they writ Quiet Place 1. It was like, oh, that was successful shit.
No, I've
Let's-
seen an interview. Was it John Krasinski?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty much what he said. He had no intention of making a Quiet Place 2, and then people approached him, and he was like, "Oh,
Chuck money at him.
And just waved money at
Yeah.
him.
probably."
Go on, John.
yeah.
Go on, John. You know you
Go
want
on,
it.
more cash, more cash.
Yeah.
And he gets to give his wife terrible use of the term, but he gets to give his wife a backhander as well because obviously she's the main lead.
Yep.
So double earnings for them.
There you go.
Has anyone
There you
seen
go.
Free Guy? Because that's a video gamey film that's in the
No,
cinemas
not yet.
now.
I really want to.
Our resident FIFA bloke, Jim Chilvers, has seen that. He says it's quite good.
Yeah, it does look quite good. It looked particularly shit at the beginning of the trailer, but as the trailer went on, I thought actually this might be funny. It's a tough thing to learn. It might be a sort of Tropic Thunder for superheroes. That's kind of the
better than
vibe
you think
it
it's
gave
going to
me.
be is the sort of thing I think with it at the moment.
Ryan
General
Reynolds
consensus.
makes almost any film bearable to watch to some extent. I quite like him in some
But
films.
you just said Tropic Thunder, and that is a fucking brilliant film. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's
So funny.
hilarious.
So funny.
A very good film. So Duane, what have you been up to, mate? What's been keeping you entertained
Right, so
over in COVID-free world?
it's not COVID-free though, is it? We got
Not anymore.
Not anymore. We got like 100 and something cases at the moment. It kind of really blew up, which is why we went into lockdown a week ago. So yeah, that was fun.
Mate, that's low level shit, mate.
Well, it is.
We're eating up 30 to 40,000 a day, mate. So there
I
you
know,
go.
but you have the health infrastructure to deal with that, but we really don't. So
Yeah, is it? Are you still in lockdown?
Yeah.
I know you did lockdown
Yeah.
this week. What's the prediction? Another week? Another 2 months?
At least
What are they
another
saying?
week for the whole of New Zealand, and I think hotspots like Auckland, possibly Wellington, might be a bit longer. But just
Yeah.
see how that goes.
The shine off the perfect New Zealand, and you've lost Lord of the Rings TV
Yeah,
show
I
as well
saw that.
to Britain.
Well, yeah.
Oh, well,
Don't know how that's
okay.
going to turn out anyway, but
Shit.
shut up, you. Shut up, you.
Yeah, they moved it to Swindon apparently.
Swindon.
New Zealand's not what it was, is it?
What?
If,
Is that where the office was made?
No, it's still better.
Swindon. It's meant to be based in
It's
Swindon.
still better.
Dwayne, if I
Slough,
was on
Slough,
Escape
that's
Down
the one.
Under and I was spinning me little flag, England or New Zealand might be landing on England at the minute. Know what I mean?
Oh my god, Jimmy, you watch way
What?
too much daytime television.
What? I don't think so. I think not. So gaming. I think I've finished with Resident Evil 8. I don't think I want to go for the platinum. I can't be bothered with the knife-only achievement. That just sounds like too much effort. So I've moved on to Returnal.
Ooh.
Oh yes, Returnal.
It's-
Returnal, the Eternal.
It's
No.
Returnal.
It's great. I love it, and I hate it.
Biome where?
I'm in Biome 2 presently.
Okay, so you've taken. I can't remember the first boss's name. It feels so long ago.
Fricky.
I think it actually says Fricky.
Yes, I took him out eventually. So after about 8 attempts, I think it took me to get him. And then I'm kind of exploring Biome 2 at the moment. I'm enjoying it. It's good, but it's lots of points. I've just gone fuck this game because it's just
Well, I've got to the Biome 3 boss. So Biome 3 was kicking my ass. I had a break. I definitely advise if you get in there, is just have a week break and then come back to it. You tend to be able to do it. But I've now taken to the tactics of just. In Biome 2, I tried to play and build up to get to the Biome 2 before I got in there, get my weapons and go.
yeah. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, but now my new tactic for Biome 3, especially, I've opened up the shortcut, which is a bridge. So you complete Biome 3, you get a little shortcut, although even that run is still 15 minutes to get to the bridge. And then I've got through that next bit, up the tower, got to the Biome 3 boss, kicked my ass, obviously, but I've been rushing it. So I've been just running through, going basic, and just hoping towards the end of the boss I pick up a weapon I can go and fight the boss with. I can't do 45 minutes of
Grind.
even through the shortcut of grind to pick up a weapon that I don't even know that I'll get just to get my ass kicked on the thing. So I'm going to try and do that. I'm hoping beyond all hope that I go there and there's an actual teleporter to the boss. Now I've opened the boss up, but we will see. But yeah, brutal game, fun. But
How many biomes are there in total? Do you guys know?
6.
6. Oh fuck.
6.
But I'm really enjoying it. I think
Apparently, Biome 3 is the hardest of the lot, and
That's
I think
peak.
it's because of these long runs. So I think once you pass there, 4, 5, and 6 will feel a lot easier. But I definitely got to complete it.
Yeah, I'm
but
definitely.
It might be 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, it's going to take me a while, but yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. And for like not gaming, did manage to get a day down on Ruapehu snowboarding before I went down to Queenstown. So that's one day on Ruapehu, and I don't think I'm going to get any more because I don't think lockdown's going to be gone before season's over. We went to Queenstown for a week. That was fun. Got a fair bit of snowboarding in. And we watched... This is how long it's been. So every Saturday night we watched a Harry Potter movie. So we started from 1 and worked all the way through. So we've actually watched 7 Harry Potter movies since we've last got together.
Why?
Because... Just because.
You've seen them all, though, have you?
I had seen them before, yeah.
You just wanted to nail them.
Yeah, and so, but I will talk about something, and please don't go on at me about it. So there's a podcast called Dr. Death, which is about a about a surgeon. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but it's really, the podcast is really good. But they've made a TV show on it with Christian Slater and Alec Baldwin and Joshua Jackson, and I'm not sure you've got it yet. No, it's not.
Are you the executive consultant?
Yeah, I mean, it's
really good.
For my job, I listen to like leadership podcasts and stuff like that. Is this a similar thing? Is this a sort of training, inspirational mentorship?
Research, isn't it?
Yeah, it's research, but it's actually I'm just ignoring you now. It's just a really, really good TV show, like about this spinal surgeon in the US, and it's kind of like really sort of looks at issues with like how things can go wrong in like the it's
terribly traumatic.
It's very scary because it's based on real life, but when it eventually becomes available, I recommend everybody watches it. It's really, really good.
Is he just who's Dr. Death? Christian Slater's Dr. Death?
No, Christian Slater's one of the good ones. He's actually got an awesome character. Randall Kirby, he is.
Oh, it is a TV show. I thought you said a podcast.
No, there is a podcast, and because that podcast was so popular, they made a TV show on it. They've dramatised it, but it's really, really good. So yeah, Christian Slater, Alec Baldwin, and Joshua Jackson, who I think was in Dawson's Creek, but I never watched that.
He was indeed.
But yeah, seriously, when it's available, watch it. It's so, so good. It's uncomfortable. Well, for me, for having worked in like spinal surgery for like 10, 20 years, it's actually quite scary. And on a lighter note, I made my Lego R2. Oh, you can't see it, but it's up there.
That's it. Two varying spectrums of conversations. And that's spinal injury and little bricks.
Little bricks. So that's me. What about you, Rich? What have you been up to?
Had a bout of COVID. Completed it, mate.
Completed it.
Well done, Rich.
Completed COVID. That was good.
Is it a roguelike? Is it like a roguelike?
It is. Does feel like a bit of roguelike, yeah. So the whole family got dosed up, watched an enormous amount of the Olympics. So came through that okay. Thank God for the vaccine. Get vaccinated, everyone. Actually, my daughter's going for a vaccine next week, which is all good. They're giving them out, which is good. So we are What have we been doing? Haven't got away. I've booked a holiday in the future. There you go, Stu. I didn't name a date. Booked a holiday in the future.
How many days
try and
until
get
you
away
go?
to the Caribbean.
Duane.
Do
one.
But apart from that, just working like a dog. Actually working. So
What?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I know.
Shocking.
Are your people on holiday or something?
No, yeah, they are, actually. That is the problem.
Your handicap must be taking a beating.
Absolutely, yes. And I have been playing quite a bit of golf, and my handicap is actually improving. So I am now an actual natural 18, darling. So, which is fine, because I've always played to 18 or 19, but have never been anywhere near it. But yeah, so golf and doing that. I'm glad the weather's taken a turn for the better, because it has been a bit depressing. August is a bit shit. So yeah, we've had, oh Christ, it's just been so busy. So we've had my daughter's 17th birthday. We got away with a small party, which was good. Now we're just gearing up. They're off to festivals. So she's going off to her first festival.
Oh, bless her. First festival.
Or by the time you listen to this, she's probably been to the festival. So
or maybe not.
How to do it with it. Or maybe not. So there you go.
So you say she has been vaccinated?
No, but she had COVID.
Oh, okay. So
So in the festivals now, although they just had Boardmasters, so I can say that.
5,000 cases from Boardmasters, they reckon.
5,000 cases. Literally everyone who
that's pretty much everybody, isn't it?
Basically, yeah. I mean, it's a 20,000 person event, so 5,000 and those who probably didn't get it probably have got it, but they were probably had it before. So yes, you'll see. But you know, I guess it's a small blessing she had COVID, because she had it, recovered from it, and that was only 2 weeks ago. So hopefully she will. That will all pass by without much incident. Yeah. So busy summer coming to the end. Actually, looking forward to the kids going back to school. Just kind of get that normality back, right? And so you can have some.
Hallelujah, brother. Hallelujah.
Yeah. So you know what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, no, that's me. But I'm all good. Apart from a bit of a stinky hangover. So I made the terrible mistake of going out for a birthday party last night. So on a Sunday night, which isn't last night, obviously, if you listen to this. So that's confusing.
If only the listeners could see my face now.
I knew I'd screw it up somewhere. Right, okay, that's all good. It's checked in. We're half an hour into this bad boy. So let us do a quick reprise of the F1 season. F1 season has come to an end. Duane, your chance to go off and build a Lego something.
He's probably got a couple to build.
I do, actually. I do. I want to get one. I'm going to get one.
That TIE Fighter or whatever it is.
I'm going to get one.
BB-8. Go and do a Lego Jar Jar Binks. Anyway, so yeah, F1 season has come to an end. 22 races of absolute joy. And even Dave came back for the last race.
Yeah, he was.
Well, to be there at the end, yeah.
The star,
Don't spoil
the star
it.
of the whole show was there.
He was.
So Jimbo and the Jet Set.
Smell that?
He has. Duane has just shown he's got Boba Fett and Yoda. Is that? Is it a dual? What is that?
Oh, it's Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian.
It's Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian.
Right. Okay.
I was given it. I've
So
not
is
made
your
it yet.
challenge to build it while we talk about this?
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get it done that quickly. In fact, I'm not going to do it. I'm just.
Oh, you know, it's all about the challenge,
Nah.
Duane. Don't give up so easily. Come on.
It'll be really noisy. It'll be like rattle, 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 rattle.
Yeah, but you'll put yourself on mute. There you go. If you can do it, you can take 10 points off my score. How about that?
We just talk all night. Until he's bloody done it. Come on then, James. Give us the final standings in the F1 Championship.
So, just as a brief recap, the last time we did this, obviously, was the Singapore Grand Prix. It was the last time we've had this, and the Singapore Grand Prix was the location of the infamous Dave rant.
The meltdown.
Well,
I'm in the menus.
in the menus. and then the AI Latifi put him in the wall. He went, "Fuck off!" Oh, that's it, boys. I'm going.
What is so funny now in the community, in the menus, is just said all the time, even in tribes. It's just now coined a phrase for I'm completely confused and screwed the game up. So well done, Dave, for coining a phrase.
I'm glad I could contribute.
So, obviously, we missed Japan because of the Euros. Japan then became the last race we did. We did it as a one-off at the end, and we stuck damage on. That was entertaining. We did a 50% race instead of 25% race. I was romping away with it at the start. Safety car came out, and I decided to take on soft tyres just because I had time to do it. I came out third behind the safety car, and then promptly crashed into the person who was in second because I was accelerating too much, and I lost my front wing, and inevitably got a 3-second penalty because of that crash, and I finished fifth.
That was harsh. I don't know what you thought of the format, Stu. I mean, we had an absolute doozy of a crash, didn't we?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I turned the car sideways, and then there's a camera angle.
Yeah.
All I could just see is just you sliding sideways towards me, and nothing I could do about
Go
it.
see that on YouTube.
Yeah. I've lost some traction, and then you were going, "You've hit me." We went, "No, I haven't. So I did it on purpose. I was there sliding and when I watched it back, going, "Oh yeah." Well, I didn't do it on purpose, to be fair. I was sliding.
What did you do?
into
Were you
it.
watching me slide? Because I did the same. I just touched the gravel and my car
Yeah,
just started
that's it.
sliding
Yeah,
sideways.
yeah.
And luckily, the damage was not too bad. I took the wing out. The damage on the crash wasn't too bad. I managed to stop, except you hit me at about 180 miles an hour.
It was, and you know what? And I
took my
was
front wing
feeling.
off.
I was feeling quite confident on that track. Because I was getting into a rhythm and it was like good. But then I did one mistake and then that was last. And it's one of those games where, where I'm like it. I know that I've seen you come last, Rich, and then you all of a sudden you've gone 6th or 5th. So but like me, it's just like it's the draw. It was like, oh come on. But yeah, I still loved it. Where when I first played F1. I was better.
You gave up.
I wanted to jack it in like
Week
Dave
one, you'd
did.
had enough, mate.
Yeah,
Totally,
I just had
hadn't
enough.
you? Yeah.
But then he was just like, you know what? No, just relax, get into it, and just take your time and that. So, but then you take your time, but then you go, no, I want to push it. I've got to push it a little bit more. I can't be last. I've got to at least get above somebody. And that didn't work out because every time I push it, I came off the track.
Yeah,
I push it too much, but you've got to push. What's the point? F1's all about pushing.
Exactly. Dave, how was your last hurrah back into F1? Has it convinced you that you might come back? Because, I mean, we're obviously going to discuss whether or not we're going to redo the season, if 21 becomes cheap or free or now.
If it's
what's your
shorter, I'll
position
come
on
back. It just, to be honest, it just started to wear on me, and I, at the meltdown thing,
Didn't
I just
show.
And you had a million other things to do.
Well, exactly. I had a lot going on. It was not a great time, really. I just had loads of things going on. Not bad stuff, but just loads of stuff. And I just thought, fuck this. But that last race, it was enjoyable. It was good being back. I quite like the sort of damage thing. Because everybody had to be a bit more careful. It was, whether it's because I'd had a break or what, I don't know, but it was good. It was good fun. And if we go for a shorter format next year or whenever we started again, and I don't have to shell any money out for the game, I'd be tempted.
That's interesting. We'll play you back your machination. Someone needs to go back through all the videos and just edit you from all of them and just saying for fact, because it wasn't just that one; it was almost every.
I know there was a bit of a build up to that.
I can't believe it! I'm last again. Yeah, but no, I enjoyed that format. I'd be up for a shorter season. The thing is, though, we all know the tracks now. So I mean, we won't know all the tracks, but we will be familiar with them. So there won't be the pressure to try and practice, or you won't feel like you're out of practice. You're going to know most of the tracks.
If you do it every other week or something, do you know what I mean? Maybe not every week. I don't know. So.
You'll be amazed, Stu, at how when you turn it back on, you'll go, "Oh yeah, I remember this."
Yeah. I think I will. Yeah. You're right.
So, it give you a rundown of the standings. So. Joe, obviously, winner with 355 points.
Congratulations,
Well done,
Fuzzy.
Well done.
Congratulations. Worthy winner.
Thought?
Worthy winner. Adam was second with 301. Tumshi.
Well done, Adam.
Well done.
Whatever. Yeah.
Tumshi was third with 253. I was third. I was fourth with 236. And then there was a tie between Rich and Jacko on 230. On countback, they both had the same amount of wins, so Rich takes it based on the fact that he had 9 podiums and Jacko had 8.
Oh,
tight.
And then
he was in a Mercedes and I was in a Renault, so he was basically
So
they couldn't race it in the wet.
They were
could not race it in the wet.
So they were 5th and 6th. Rich 5th, Jacko 6th. Kyle, despite missing the second half of the season pretty much, finished 7th with 111.
Yeah.
Brian, good old tainted brain, finished 8th with 80.
Well done, Brian.
Good strong end to the season, though.
He did. Yeah. He had a very strong end to the
He
season.
He started wank, Brian, didn't he? He was absolute wank.
Yeah, he did.
He won't
Say
mind
like
saying
it is.
that. He was absolute wank, and he really sorted himself out.
Yeah, the only person who was started worse than him was you, I think, Dave. Stu was
indeed.
9th with 75. And then Dave, who jacked it in after
18 races.
16 races. So, which was two after Kyle, finished last with 16 points.
And I think, no, Dave, if you carried on,
abysmal.
you would have beaten me easy. Easy, you would have beaten me if you carried on.
So,
I didn't sort of commit to it enough, really. And I think that was the problem, and that was a just vicious circle of not practicing, so doing shit, so not practicing, so doing shit. Etc,
I think that the idea of a bi-weekly is probably a good one.
Yep.
I
think so. A longer race, maybe consider the damage, maybe balance the cars out, because who knows? That's going to be the tricky. But I guess we'll have a think about that offline, because we got plenty of other stuff to talk about. So congratulations, Fuzzy. Fuzzy has received his trophy. His massive trophy. Yeah, absolutely. Which is hilarious. Which is I think we imagined it was a little bit different when I went back and checked on the trophy we sent. It says 3¼ inches. That was it.
Oh my god! Is that how big it is?
It was. Does anyone know Spinal Tap when they talk about the stone hedges but only being 18 inches tall? It was that. It was like.
I think
the trophy is in danger of being crushed by a dwarf. So yeah, but that's great. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyable 6 months of playing for that result, and I'm a bit upset I didn't
much longer.
pick Tumshi.
Right, if anybody wants to watch a full replay of all the races, Duane, they're all on our YouTube channel.
I'll do
Search
that.
for TheLoggBox.
I'll do that
on the YouTube, and you can watch the whole.
There
F1
will be
2020.
about 29 hours worth of F1.
There's a mixture. Mainly, there's normally James and myself racing, but then we've got community members who've submitted their videos as well, so we've uploaded them.
You can watch each race multiple times from different perspectives.
But the last race, I've got to admit, I did something a bit cool. We got all 4 of us on the same screen, and it was cool because then you could watch when Dave was like losing his shit because Rich touched him or something, on the bottom. You could see.
Don't take that out of context. Don't take that one out of context.
No, it was James. Sorry, it was James who was touching him up a bit, wasn't it? Like he clicked him or whatever, and he went, bloody hell! Oh, that was the classic. That was it. Sorry, Rich wanted to overtake Dave, and he was losing his shit. Oh, go on! No, you're not overtaking. Fuck you.
It was me wanting to.
Oh, it was you,
James.
Oh, it was James. Yeah,
Sorry,
and
James.
he said you'll have to because you'd get a fucking penalty.
Exactly.
Yeah, you'd have been disqualified at the end of the day.
Is all on the video, and because it's on multiple screens, you can see all the action happening.
Yeah,
it's ace.
So if you watch anything, go and watch the last race because it's a doozy.
Japan,
it's exciting.
Suzuka.
It's fun. Japan, exactly. All right, okay. So on to the business at hand. This is trying to topple James from his perch, and this month or last month, Duane had the opportunity to play his blue shell because he was last in the league. He played it and he chose Scrabble or Scrabble with Friends or Scrabble Ultimate, or God knows what it was, but you chose an iOS game or a mobile Android game. I can't quite remember. And so let's find out how we got on in the Blue Shell Challenge. So, Duane, how did you get on?
Well,
what was the format?
So I challenged James, Smug James, to Scrabble Go, which is on, I think, Android, iOS. It's free. Shitloads of adverts, which we loved. Lots and lots of adverts. Best of 3. So if anybody hasn't watched it yet and they want to watch it, there is a video on YouTube on our channel. It's fucking long because we were playing for a very, very long time. We only managed to play 2 of the 3 games because somebody won both games. It was a whitewash.
Okay, so what was the format? Give us some descriptive. So if you haven't watched the video, tell me, because I haven't watched the video.
You haven't watched the video?
To my shame, I haven't watched the video, so I actually don't know. I know the result, but I don't know exactly how it played out.
It's more exciting than F1, let me tell you.
I doubt that.
Competitive Scrabble. Love it.
So basically, it's just. It's
a straight game of Scrabble. Is it like a normal board game? So you just play against it with your child.
No frills, no cheating, no sort of hints, helps, or anything like that. It's just straightforward Scrabble. The first game, I can't remember. It's so fucking long ago. But James just beat me on the first one, and it was kind of like tit for tat. Like we both scored pretty well. Pretty much like
How did you make sure James wasn't cheating?
Well, we didn't make sure James wasn't cheating, so there's every possibility that he did. But
thanks for the vote of confidence, my friends.
You're welcome. But on the second game, can I just say it was again at final doors. It was very, very close between us. But James' first two words out of the gate were both 7-letter words, so I was up against it. And the fact that I managed to pull it back to pretty much drawing, I actually overtook him at one point. I think I did okay, but it was tough. He got lucky.
James got sick luck.
Yes,
as usual.
I think the
super
first
lucky.
I did. I think the first one. I think what helped me in the first one, to be fair, and Duane noticeably changed his tactics in the second game. In the first game, Duane kept opening up routes to the triple word scores, and I kept taking them.
Big mistake.
Without that, Duane absolutely would have annihilated me. That's what kept me in the game.
Oh my god, it's the real life challenge all over again.
Yeah. every time
the bed.
Yeah, every time he opened up a triple word, I was able to take advantage of it and get a good 30, 40, 50 points from it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the second game, first word that popped out, and I said it I went, I'm very sorry, Duane. Managers, 7 letters, bang, straight away. And then the second set, observes. Well, I know that's 8 letters, but I had all the letters to make it. And I cleared my deck twice. I was on 150 points, 160 points after 2 rounds. Duane was on 40 or 50. And then, yeah, he beat, I think I beat him by between 10 and 20 points.
It wasn't a lot.
So he dragged it back. And luck. Without those first 2, and without the tactics in the first one, I'd have lost 2-0. Guaranteed. Duane played so much better than I did.
Do you know what? I almost don't even want to hear that. I just it almost makes it worse.
Well, I think it makes it worse for Duane and Stu, not Duane and Stu and Dave, because they had to watch.
Yeah,
we did.
Oh, thank God I didn't watch. Yeah. I mean, it's that game is really one for the purists, right?
Oh, absolutely. But they should think themselves lucky it didn't go to a third game, because it would have been like another hour on top of what it was already, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And James was getting tired.
Wait,
so
I would have happily sat through another hour, mate, if you'd won. Do you know what I mean? Happily.
Yeah. So what were you playing for, Duane? Was it him to lose 5 points?
Yeah, I was going to take points off.
Right. Okay.
Which would have taken him down to 12 points, I believe. Which would have put it in some kind of thing. So we've really got to consider. We might have to game this one so we make sure that all of us get to the back of the league to try and get the 5 points, because there's 15 points that we could take off him if there's 3 of us did the blue shell. But we've got to bloody win.
Stu's up next with the blue shell challenge, isn't he?
He hasn't gained 5 points though. He
hasn't gained 5 points. He hasn't gained 5 points. But yeah. And listen, I wasn't. If I did a blue shell challenge, I wasn't going to pull an absolute banker out. I would have made it competitive, but no. If I play that blue shell challenge, mate, you are into Blood Bowl 2 balls deep, mate. And that is it. So you best hope that I don't come last, because I'm taking those 5 points from you, because you will never beat. Although saying that, Blood Bowl is a game of luck as well, so I'll probably eat my hat. Plenty of hats, but I'll probably have to eat it. But yeah, so I daren't say that. So okay, so that is quite frankly, a kick in the fucking teeth.
Sorry, I tried so hard. I tried.
So yeah, exactly. So I guess that means we are going to have to try it again. We are going to have to win fair and square against James on not only to get luck in Scrabble, but also the wheel of James, which is probably what it should be called. Yeah, basically picked his choice out of a choice of 5.
You've got no more choices now left on the wheel,
and we ended up with Dirt 4. So this is it now. This is his last one.
To be fair, this is my one and only choice I've had on the wheel. It isn't my fault that I've won all the other ones. It's not.
It is your fault.
It is, James. We're holding you responsible.
You know what? Take one for the team like Boris did, and lose. Come on.
Yeah, so I don't hold up much hope. My prediction on this Dirt 4 challenge is that James will be on 20 points by the end of this. I've picked up Dirt 4. I played it. It is a boring rally game.
And we're not even playing it like a rally game. That's the funny thing.
And for some reason, you've chosen a weird format of not even playing it as a rally game. You've just turned it as a basically a 3 circles. So give us a rundown of what we're going to do, James, on this and how we're going to
So we are going
compete.
to do rallycross. So rallycross is a mixture of... It's basically racing around a circuit, essentially. Half of it is dirt, half of it is tarmac, and it's the quickest lap time wins.
With no other competitors on the field.
No other competitors on the field. And it's exactly the same, it's basically the same, running it the same way as we ran Astrobot. So we'll take it in turns, do our runs on each track, watch each other, and then the quickest time wins. What there is, though, is there is what's called a joker lap, which is a slight deviation from the normal track. You have to do that once. That will only be taken into account if there's a tie.
Okay. So run me through that. What courses we're going to do? How many? We got 3 courses, 4 courses?
No, because I think each lap is between 30 and 40 seconds. You do 5 laps. I think we're only doing 2 courses.
So fastest overall time across the 5 laps, including the Joker.
Fastest lap. Your singular fastest lap
out of those 5 laps.
So it's a 6 lap. You do it in practice. It's 6 laps. First lap doesn't count because you do a standing start. You then have 5 laps. In those 5 laps, you can do your Joker whenever you want. So that gives you 4 attempts at a fast lap, and it's your fastest lap will win.
Okie doke. Okay, fine. This may be interesting. It may be predictable. I don't know. But boys, how are you feeling about this? Anyone practiced?
Oh, practiced.
I have not picked this game up since we first came on the wheel.
Okay, someone check that feed of his gaming feed just to see that.
I did practice. I practiced all 3 tracks. Fuck me, it was dull though. It's hard to. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to practice because it's so boring.
Can I ask why you chose Rallycross and not just a rally stage?
Because it was quicker, and I felt that it gave people, because if you go onto a rally stage and you crash, it's all over. You might and there's no interest in carrying on because you're done. That's it. It's all over.
Fair enough.
Whereas this gives people an opportunity. If you make a mistake, it doesn't matter unless you total your car, but you've got opportunities to then get it back.
There's a prediction there for Dave. So, Dave, you can total your car.
I'll try.
You've got to be really shit to total your car, though, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, I'd say without further ado, we will do what we haven't done first time in a long time, is actually go off, stop the recording, go off, do the challenge, and we will be back with the result. Stay tuned, folks. This is going to be exciting. We might as well reveal the order and then discuss it, because sometimes when we're discussing it we sort of reveal the order anyway. So, Stu, do you want to give the results of the Dirt 4 challenge?
I'll give them in reverse order because it might be a bit more exciting. So, in last is Duane with 0.
I'm not sure that's exciting. That's standard.
No,
well, not if you should watch it. It is quite not exciting.
It is quite good. We'll get onto that in a sec as well. So, and then Duane is unfortunately me with 0. So this is where the scoring now comes into. So Dave got 1.
Well done, Dave.
Well done, Dave.
James got 2. He didn't fucking win this one, boys. Woo! And Rich got the 3.
I did with some stewards' inquiries. I mean, there was a few stewards' inquiries called, and James called bullshit on a few things, but luckily not I did. But yeah, so that is good, but
it was tight though. It was tight.
It was tight, Dave. James, do you want to take us? Well, first of all, Duane, you loved this track. You loved this game, didn't you? What did you think of it?
It was boring. Yeah, that covers it. It's just I just don't see the point in this kind of game at all.
Were you genuinely angry, Duane? You seemed angry.
I was just annoyed. It's just annoying. It's just.
You did seem angry this time.
To kind of paraphrase one of the all-time greats, I have a million better things I could be doing.
Very much in the menus. The menus, Duane, wasn't it?
We've had plenty of time to practice
Wise man.
this game, and I could have, but I just every time I was like, oh, I just play something else. I just couldn't build up the motivation to even practice for it. I find it
I
boring.
quite liked it. I thought it was all right.
I do know what you mean. I think on the day I enjoyed it more than I think I would. I did think the format would be absolutely dull, but again, actually, this kind of way of rotating and doing a timed stuff rather than competing directly does add an element of excitement where we all jeer and cheer each other on. But Duane, as I said last night on the video, this is the last driving game. I think having the driving games and sports sims or whatever is not really your wheelhouse, is it?
Not at all. I'm not particularly interested in real life, and so it doesn't transfer to gaming for me.
Yeah. Well, luckily, having designed such an amazingly balanced format that we've done, you do now own
60% of the wheel.
60 or 70% of the wheel. Can't quite do the maths.
It'll be 60.
It's 60% of the wheel, yeah, 60%. The 3 out of the 5 on the wheel are going to be your choices. So you get to add the choice tonight. So, Stu, a surprise 4th place.
I know, well.
Because you were actually very good. And I think it got a bit, I mean, maybe we should just explain what happened to Duane's laps, maybe, before we go on to Stu. How bad was it,
So I
Duane?
think we should probably explain what happened to me before we go on to Duane, because Duane's second track...
It's about you, James.
No,
No,
because
it's
Duane's
relevant.
second
It's
track...
relevant.
It was relevant. Duane's second track is very much relevant. So I obviously led off. On the first track, which is the only one I'd practiced, I was okay. I put in the quickest time, but I did smack the barrier quite early on. But then on the second track, the one in France, which I hadn't done, the first lap being the warm-up lap for everybody, I did what I always do. I don't do slowly catchy monkey. I very much do
No. Which is your undoing in F1 many a time.
And it was on my undoing on this track as well, because I basically went gung-ho. I clouted a barrier with the left rear of the car, and I punctured the tyre before I'd even finished the lap. So I then had to do my 5 laps with no left rear tyre, which inevitably meant I finished last on that track because, well, would have finished last on that track had it not been for Mr. Pearson.
So James had 3 wheels. I mean, when we looked at the car damage at the end, it was literally 3 tyres and a piece of just bent metal that was spinning round at the back of his car as he logged the times. But what happened, Duane? How did you do worse than that?
Well, on the first one, I clipped something and
Clipped?
I clipped something and took out one of my tyres, so all control went and then I hit a wall, so didn't finish the first track. The second one, I think
hitting a wall is a bit of an understatement.
No.
You went careering into the barrier at 89 miles an hour.
I kind of did that on purpose. I was bored. But on the second one, James, because he had such a terrible time, I basically just had to finish to kind of push him down the leaderboard so he wouldn't get a point for that in our little mini league we had going on. And I think I was on just coming up to the end of the 5th time round, and I cut a corner and got disqualified.
Fucking hell.
And I don't even know how.
Too much hilarity.
Yeah, well, the first one you didn't. The first Linden Hill you didn't finish because you smashed your car that much.
And the second one, I was disqualified.
Yeah. So Duane, if you had finished, you would have logged a faster time and pushed James out of the points. So he wouldn't have had
that one because everybody else had pushed him out of the points anyway.
No, he
so
didn't have
get
a point
in
in
that
that
anyway.
Yeah.
So
On that one, he was out.
So it wasn't.
But at that time, that hadn't happened because there was still. Was it still Dave and Rich to go, or was it just Rich?
It was just me to go. It was just me to go after that. But Duane, if that had actually happened, it would have been the third time you would have handed James points. Gifted James points. Real life challenge where you disqualified yourself.
I can't believe I
fucking
did that.
challenge. Yes. The Blue Cell challenge where you shit the bed and gifted him triple word scores, and then this would have been the third, but you got away with it. So there was, I'm suspiciously you seem in cahoots with James.
You should see my bank balance. It's very nice.
There you go.
Got a brand new door on his
Got
house.
some brand new
Got
doors.
new doors in
Hang
his
on, no,
house.
yeah, look at that door in the. So bad luck, Duane. But there are no more driving things. I'm hoping the second half of the year is going to be a little bit more of an
I hope
uptick
so.
for you. On
I did all right in Astro, and I kind of think, well, that kind of proves I can sort of hold my own as long as the game interests me, I think.
Exactly. So Stu, you came in, as I say, a surprise fourth because
Yeah. I mean,
it felt like you were pretty much there or thereabouts on most of the tracks.
I quite like this game. I like the feel of the cars when they go around the corner. When you get it right and you skid, it's the best.
Yeah.
Especially that one corner in Linden Hill. That's my favourite one. Where just before you hit the start again, you go down that little dirt track, and it's so nice when you get it just right and you're right on the corner and you're hugging the barrier. It's really nice. And I think I did okay. I can't believe though James got first in Linden Hill because it was quite atrocious. Your car at the end of it was absolutely battered, and you came first. I just don't know. And I came quite. I know it was only 2 seconds off your time, really. So in the scale of things, it isn't that bad, but not enough. But but the second lap though in France, I came second. Actually, I was first, all riding first until you actually raced, Rich, and then you overtook me on that one. And then the last one, I don't know what happened there because I thought there was a couple of laps I was going around there and they were really nice as well. I was taking every corner really well. I was doing the skidding, hitting the handbrake just at the right time, and my time was just nowhere near as good as James's. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I think it was. I was watching. I was thinking you would lose. It was just that last corner because you haven't lost that much, but a second is easily lost on a corner if you over rev it. You've got to get on the gravel slightly, and that 1-2 seconds can tick over quite quickly on that last corner.
Apart from Duane's times on the first two tracks, everybody's times are fairly. We're in about 4 seconds. Is probably the slowest one. We're all quite close to each other really. So in that one. But I think the exciting one was the last race with the time between James and Dave. That was for me that was the exciting one to watch. So
Dave, you gave James a bit of a run for his money, second into the trap, as you were.
Well, yeah, I mean it was pretty tight to be fair across the board really. I was sort of second up until you went. I was second on all the tracks. The last track. Me and James, it was a bit of a miracle, really, because what did it go to? Hundreds of the second. We got.
No, it was bang on. It was
it
on
went
the second
down,
track.
The measurement went to that, but we got exactly the thousandth. We got exactly the same time on the fastest lap. Which
both got 37.827.
So then it came down to who was fastest on the Joker lap. And predictably, fucking James was. So I was excited for a moment. I thought,
you know what though? That's the best thing. Not by much. Literally half a second.
Yeah, no, it was tight. It was
how much that was.
It was pretty tight all round,
so
really.
close.
As for the game itself, it was all right. It was fun while it lasted. I probably wouldn't. Well, I have deleted it and I won't reinstall it. But for what it was all right. Actually, it was quite an enjoyable evening of racing. It was competitive, which is nice. I always like the ones where it's a bit more competitive between us. It's decent. It was good.
Obviously, excluding Duane from that conversation.
Yeah.
Thanks. I mean, we could have all had a little. Well, excluding Duane, we could have all actually got onto the track at the same time and had a race at one point. The
annoying thing is, James, though, that it was still a struggle. I still had to, you went round the first, 2 of the courses in half a fucking car. You went round the second one in half a car. And somehow, a bit like Injustice 2, even though I felt I'd won more, somehow the points I was thinking, fucking James, he hasn't even had a car for one of them. And somehow he's still logging 6 points. I've still got to win every one. And the danger was, Dave, is that you and I were just going to trade off through that game, and you would be second, and I'd be second, and you'd be second, or I'd be first and second, and actually we'd end up with 5 points, and James would end up with 6.
Well, it came down to the last lap on the last track, I think, didn't it? I'm pretty sure you had to get quicker than Stu on the last lap, on the last track.
I had to get quicker than Stu on the last lap. On the last track, I did it on the last lap, but I couldn't. If I could have got you there, but that ended us at 6 points, or 1 win for me, a second for me, and a first for me.
You're only like 200th of a second off getting better than
I know.
So it wasn't.
I know. So we had to go to a tie break again, but thank God we didn't go racing again, because it was it was getting late, and so we went back on a count back for jokers. But I will mention Dave's honourable cheating on the first one, which was corner cutting, which James called bullshit on. However, we do now know it is possible to get disqualified for corner cutting. So
it is.
Even though you were protesting, she doth protest to say,
yes,
fucking stewards won't, this is practice, they won't do this, this is bullshit, look at that, he straight lined it, and all of that nonsense, which was the first time I'd heard you actually riled in a game.
He was.
Oh, I'm very.
He was annoyed. He was annoyed, wasn't he? He was annoyed.
I am very competitive. I played to win. None of this. I could have sat there and I tried as hard as I could at Scrabble. I got lucky, but I fucking wanted to win. Even I didn't want to lose 5 points and let you lot back in.
You don't.
I absolutely play to win.
But the thing is, though, I don't get how Duane got disqualified for cutting a corner, but James, nothing, when he smashed into those 2 fucking markers.
He killed them.
Yeah,
Killed
manslaughter.
Nothing. He killed people, and all Duane did was cut a corner. There's something wrong here in this game. Very strange message.
But a bit like F1. I've watched James at F1. There is some very, very on the line corner cutting, pushing it a little bit too much. Sometimes it works for him, sometimes it doesn't. So that's why James is a sort of shit or bust drive gamer rather than that. So this time,
Senna,
I would say
without the talent
or the money.
Okay.
All the death.
Absolutely. You put yourself on that pedestal, mate. It's only a fucking video game. So that is the results. It was close. It was tight. We had to do a count back, and we gave it to the person who had the fastest joker time, which was me on 2 of the tracks versus James on 1 of the tracks. So that's how it fell. That's done and dusted. No more stewards' inquiries on that. Let's just lock that in. So that gives us 3 points. Okay, so where does that leave the league, if I dare ask, Stu?
Right, there's no real change at the bottom of the league. So I'm on 1, Duane's on 3, Dave is on 6, Rich is on 9.
Nice.
Little win. James is on 19. 10 points.
Wanker.
Yeah, but it's the beginning of the end for James now, though. The cracks are starting to appear.
It is 10 points. I'm not worried about that. That's an assailable lead, so long as James shits the bed on every single challenge here on in. but with some of Duane's rando choices of
this one's random.
This is possible. Okay, so look, it's not close, but I can see James just round the corner at the end of a very, very long straight, but at least I can see the back of his car. That's as far as I see it.
I can't see anything of his car. I have no idea where his car is.
You haven't, but at the back of the league, Stu, that gives you a unique opportunity, and I just wondered if you're going to take it as back of the league. So
damn right.
So what are you going to do?
Right. Well, this is a game I actually wanted on the wheel, but because of Duane's crappy internet, we couldn't have it because he can't play multiplayer. So hopefully James can do this, but it's a PS3 game. and it's called Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. So it's a
So just to confirm, this is your blue
this is
shell
my blue
challenge.
shell challenge. Sorry, I thought I'd announced that. Yeah, so my blue shell challenge to you, James.
Oh.
And I'm going to be taking 5 points off you. I don't care about my position. I don't care. I'm going to take one for the team. I'm going to take you down to 2010.
That would be a lovely 5 points off of that lovely 19 points. That would take him down to 14. That starts to really do it. But I said this with Duane and Scrabble. Like, I would have bet my house on Duane.
Yeah.
Nailed
Should
on
have been.
winning Scrabble. You know, not going down 2-0, but there you go. Could have been, should have been, would have been. Yeah, so the world would be different. That's history now, as they say. So explain a bit more about this game and then how you might format it.
Oh, well, it's a... Does anybody have ever heard of Super Puzzle Fighter?
I've heard of it.
No.
It's like...
No.
It's a Street Fighter... It's like a Street Fighter game mashed with a Gem Connect 3 / Tetris-y kind of game. And that's it, really. And it was the game I used to play constantly on the PS1. I used to love that
God.
game
Building yourself
so
up
much.
too much.
And it used to...
Back when
we
you
used to
had
have parties. We used to have...
decent
No, I wouldn't
reaction
say we used to have parties just for this, but like when we had parties around the house, like Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo was always on and Wipeout and all that kind of stuff. So got nostalgia.
So explain this to me. It's actually a fighting
it's not.
game.
No. It's got fighting characters in there, so it's got Ryu just as characters.
so.
But it is literally, when you play 2-player Tetris and you got 2 boards, it's that kind of thing,
Yep.
really. So what you got to do is just match the gems. More gems you break, it throws up onto the other side of the board. It's quite simple, really. And so it's really like managing the gems. So it's a risk reward. So the more gems you get, brilliant. But you've got to. But then the more gems you build up, then they've got more chance then of putting gems on your side and blocking your gems off, so you can't throw them all over the other side. So it'll be quite good. Hopefully it'll all work in multiplayer, so it should all be good.
James, have you ever played this game?
Pardon?
Have you ever played this game?
Up until Stu tried to put it on the wheel a couple of months ago. No.
So he has been playing it then.
No, I've never played it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I haven't played it
It's got
once.
Practice. It's a challenge.
No.
I'm not scared of him. Come on, I ain't scared of him.
No. Okay. So I mean, you would have played kind of gem matcher games. I don't know what this genre of game is called. It's a puzzle game, I guess, but there
it's
must
a
be a
puzzle
specific
game.
one,
Yeah.
which is Candy Crush, Tetris, Tetraminos, Tetrominos, all of that kind of
I've never been a
stuff.
fan of Tetris. I've never been a fan of these sorts of games.
What?
Ever.
Really?
No.
We need
Come on,
Tetraminos to come up.
We need the next 4 games to be a Tetris
we have just
version.
Tetraminos on
I've
the
played
board.
puzzle games.
Columns.
I've played puzzle games on my phone for about 5 minutes, and I'm gone. Yeah, now I understand why I don't play these games. Candy Crush never got downloaded on my phone.
It's a different thing now. Like back in the PS1 days, there wasn't really that kind of. You didn't get the mobile games and all that kind of stuff. Now I just.
Do you remember Columns?
Yeah, Columns was nice.
Is Dr.
Don't know what that is.
Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine on PS
if
now?
only, that would be
Let's
amazing.
fill that wheel with puzzle fighter games.
So that's the challenge anyway. So I'll work out all the logistics soon, but I want to try and get on this as soon as possible as well, so we don't hang about.
Yeah,
on it,
you
but-
don't want to give. Remember when Duane set the Scrabble challenge? He left
there
it
with
for
books.
months. James read 15 books. James, for some reason, went into mass
He
book
loved
reading
the thesaurus.
and nailed down about 4,000 pages of The Magician just before playing a Scrabble game. So, there you go. So don't give him don't open that door. Don't give a crack of light for him. Just get straight in there, take him down, take
Boys,
5 points.
I realise
off
how
and we'll go.
important this is, and I need to do it. I need to do it for us. We need to do it for the world. We need to take
I
James
seem
down.
to remember Dwayne saying a very similar thing.
Yes, James.
Don't think you're saying
Yeah,
as
it
much
is, and
passion as me, though.
That's my niggling. That is my niggling worry in this. But
You are not.
Anyway,
You are not
we will
taking into
get
account
that
the
set up
James
soon.
fluke factor here.
Oh yeah, you've got it. Yeah. So like, where James doesn't have the skill, he fills it in very well with the luck, basically. But there you go. Hey man, you're born lucky. Well, yeah, that's all
true.
good. So, that's cool. All right. Okay. So we do have other ways to try and chip away into this score, or give James another fucking shit. It's the real life challenge. So it's time for another real life challenge. Maybe we're a month late, but
So I'll do another one
that's
quickly
it.
afterwards.
And Duane is the arbiter of the real life challenge, as designed these games. He's like I can't even remember the name he used to do.
Richard O'Brien.
I'm having an old man moment. Richard O'Brien. Oh, thank you, Duane, for reading my mind there. Exactly. So what choices have we got left? And as Joe says, we've used our
unbiased
not random
selector
generator. Dave, we've used independent
unbiased
selector.
I think
Unbiased selector.
Unbiased selection process, yes.
So Dave's pussy has seen some action tonight.
Well, I'll let Duane reveal the what happened.
So now we have four choices on the board for potential selection. I switched one out because I wasn't sure how it would work. So we now have Limp Bizkit, You Don't Say, You Say How High, and Cuddly Toy.
Excellent. That's a good 3 choices out of the 4.
You don't know what they are yet. And Dave, are you having a shit, Dave?
No, but I've just realised I may have made a small error because there were only 3 choices down for the cat. But that's okay. That's fine.
That's fine. So
there are only 3 choices. It's just Duane said there were 4.
There were 4. But anyway,
there are only 3 choices.
Fine. So apparently, young Tilly, I'm assuming Dave will chuck up the video, has chosen, do you want me to say, has chosen Cuddly Toy.
Ooh.
So any guesses to what
choice.
that might be?
Do we have to perform a Roachford cover?
That's exactly what it is. Well done, Dave.
I get that. That is a good reference for our audience.
They'll all know that.
A good 1990s R&B reference.
It was a rock song, man.
I actually saw Roachford. He was singing with Mike and the Mechanics. I saw Mike and the Mechanics in Plymouth, and he was doing the vocals, and he actually did Cuddly Toy, and I was like, what a great song. What a great song. Anyway.
I don't think Roachford's in a position to go, do you know what, guys? I'm not doing the only song of mine you know.
I'm not doing that.
He did, though. He absolutely did.
Brilliant.
He absolutely did. It was brilliant.
I've got my pride. I'm on with Mike and the Mechanics in the living years.
Anyway, so Cuddly Toy, any actual real guesses as to what it could be?
I can't think. James, throw us a bone here. Give us some content.
I don't know. I was the only thing I could think of.
Is it Make a Bear?
Because my daughter went to.
Because I've got access to all the stuff.
Yeah, shoes nailed.
I was going to say because if it's a sewing challenge, it's going to be very Whitehouse biased.
So in the 80s, or maybe back as far as the 70s, there was a very popular game show hosted by the legendary Bruce Forsyth, where at the end they would have a whole load of things wheeled past them. They had to remember the things that were wheeled past them, and often there was a cuddly toy, and they would always go, Cuddly Toy!
Yes, there was.
Cuddly Toy.
Cuddly Toy. Yeah. A food blender. There's always a food blender. Yeah.
Colour television.
Colour television.
So each one of you is going to be allocated one person to be a shower, and then the other person... So one person will have to pick...
To be a grower.
Yeah. So I want you all to pick like 25 items from around your house, and then you get one person, and then you flash them up, and then you have to remember as many as possible.
Oh wow!
Oh my god!
Okay, that's a good game.
That's a challenge.
That's a good game. Let me just prequel Dave's a butt plug,
a strap on,
a flashlight.
A copy of Razzle from 1988.
I will allocate one person, so you will show to one person, but that person won't be the person who shows to you, because there's 5 of us, so it won't work. I can't pair you off, so
it's only the hosts of the hosts. Only the hosts show the hosts.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody else in the house and they show you the stuff.
No, if me to you to Dave to
so
James,
like 25
James to
items,
Duane.
like random items from around the house, and then you have to remember as many as possible.
Duane, that's brilliant.
I like that.
Brilliant
challenge. That's amazing.
That's a brilliant game. Let us find a surefire way to
sure we will.
cock it up.
Anyway,
do you know? I'm pretty sure I've got early onset dementia, so I've got 0 chance here.
Excellent. Well, fantastic. Thanks for that. Okay, no, that sounds exciting. Let's get that done in the next week or so. Maybe we even do it live.
That's a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure.
Let's work it out. Okay, so the winner of that will be gifted 2 points, which will be great. The Blue Cell Challenge is challenged, and so all that leaves us to do is, Dave, reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel.
Reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Let's reveal the wheel. Reveal. Reveal that wheel. Let's reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Reveal the wheel. Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Reveal the wheel. Yay!
Go on, Dave.
Come on.
Right, special treat this month.
Okay.
In the guise of my new webcam. So we'll all get a crystal clear view of the wheel this evening, which is good news, isn't it?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yes, it is good news.
Twice I have, during these podcasts, I have gone topical. And each time I've gone topical, the podcast has been delayed.
So you've gone tropical. It's
You've only got yourselves to blame.
Reveal the out-of-date wheel.
Yes. Now, normally...
Is it going to be called Biden well-organised withdrawal from Afghanistan?
It's not that
wheel. No, but when you did it originally,
it was all
like that was all going to go quite well.
It was looking brilliant. Normally, we have a few jokes and cheap jokes whilst we're doing this. I disregard all of that tonight, fellas. I just want you to admire the artistry.
Fine,
is this going to be better?
Respect the wheel.
Is this going to be better than the superhero one? Because that was class.
No, mate, no.
Oh
no! Of course not.
No, that was definitely a high point. We never expected to get better than that. No, and we shouldn't expect Dave to get better than that.
I expect more from him.
Without further ado,
okay,
let's have a look. Remember, admire the artistry.
We need the bullseye music as this happens.
Detaching.
As it rotates round.
Where's it going? Nobody knows.
What is the bullseye music? I can't remember that.
Where are you taking us, Dave?
Are you taking us to the printer?
I don't know. I can see earwax.
Okay, here it is.
It's not, it's his headphones.
This is the topical
in his ear.
wheel.
Right, I'm going to have to pin Dave to my video so I can watch it.
Very good.
Okay. Mickey Mouse wheel, is it?
No, look at the rings, man. It's backwards. Okay,
let's
get it in all its glory. I'm struggling with the... Because it's
the
like
balance.
reversed,
I'm amazed
isn't
it's
it?
balanced.
I'm not quite sure about the racial slurs.
Right, I'll tell you what's happened there. Right, well, first off, it's the wheel of the Olympics because racial slurs. Because do you know what? I loved the Olympics. Whilst the Olympics was happening, the drama, the way you can see people at the absolute peak of their powers, doing things that you've never seen done before to that level. It's just I love the Olympics. I cannot big up the Olympics enough. But anyway, that was about a month ago. I don't know about your camera.
I don't know about your camera. All I can see is a wheel and one wheel attached to it that says black, 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 black.
Yeah.
Black.
So what happened?
This is a low point.
Yeah, I'll get in a bit closer.
One of them does say
so
blue,
what
blue,
not be bothered to colour them in.
He hasn't coloured them in.
Yeah. I haven't coloured them in, no, because I run out of felt pens.
I've run out of felt pens.
There wasn't enough filling in the felt pens, so I thought, you know what, I'm not going to colour it in, so I've written what the colour is on there.
Yeah, but you've run out of even felt pen. I can't even see. Oh, you just used
No, red. It says red, but I've written
used a coloured pen.
I've written the word red, but I have written it in red pen. So I've made
we can't see it properly.
That's a bit of an effort.
Green is written in green.
Okay.
Black is written in black, and blue
Okay.
is written in blue.
Dave, did you make this about 10 minutes before we recorded?
I made it fucking ages ago.
Why would he have done that? Why would he bother going back 3 weeks and then half-arsing the guest? This is a low point, Dave.
In my defence,
This is a low point for the wheel.
The Paralympics started yesterday.
To be fair, you did say you ran out of ink, but you've had like a month to go and get some
to
more.
find ink.
No, once the wheel's done, it's done. You can't go back to it.
No,
painted
no,
it.
clearly
I just
not.
do it in a fever dream of drink and cat treats. I just fill up on those, do the wheel, and it's done. But you can't revisit it.
Well, I think it's a.
What the Olympics is a celebration of is actual competitive sport, which we kind of do lack.
Which is the
on this
polar
podcast
opposite of what
a
this
bit of
is,
actual
yeah.
competitiveness. So it's good to see some small events where there's actually some drama. Right, should we spin it?
Oh, please do.
Well, yeah, please, because there is literally nothing else to say about the
What's the
state
new
of that
game?
wheel.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fair
Duane?
point. It's Batman Arkham Knight. So as you progress through the game, you get AR challenges. I will pick some of those AR challenges, which might mean some of you might have to play this game a bit. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a good game.
Yes.
Okay,
It's a great
okay. So is that available on PlayStation now, or are we buying this?
PlayStation Plus collection for your PlayStation 5. It's available for free for that, so
there we go.
you won't have to pay.
Oh, yes.
No.
You won't have to pay. All right, okay. That's
game.
it. I quite like that game. I would say that game was the one we probably don't want to turn up. So remind us what else is on that wheel.
Yeah, Batman Arkham Knight, Duane's choice. Steep,
My choice.
Duane's choice. Streets of Rage 4 is mine.
I wouldn't mind
could be
that.
right.
That's a
I
great
like that game.
Tetraminos, which again is Duane, and Bomberman, which is Stu.
Yeah. Well, a lot more interesting than any more racing games.
Well, those Steep is a borderline
But
race
Steep
game.
is a racing game.
I'll do it as a.
Yeah, but at least
I'll do it as a
it's
point
Duane's
scoring
choice.
rather than a racing thing.
Yeah. Okay. What, like tricks?
Oh, Dave, is this going to fall over?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
This
Okay.
is structurally sound to a point, so let's
Unlike
spin
you.
it
If this falls over, oh my
and
god.
see what happens. Here we go. 3, 2.
Is this well tested? Okay, it's going anti-clockwise this time.
There it goes.
it's
Here
worked.
it goes.
It still has integrity.
Oh, yes.
Streets of Rage
Streets of
4.
Rage 4. Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay, so that is James's preferred one.
to install-
Like, he didn't have a preferred one, but named that as a preferred one. So that I don't know why any of that surprised me. But it is your choice, Dave. You should be a winner on this one. Have you had any thoughts in how you might structure this?
Yes.
Points, score.
Yes.
Excellent.
So
Okay.
you're all going to have to play the game a little bit.
Okay,
And we
that's
will
fine.
do a
It's a
speed
good game.
run on a level called, I think it's called Y Tower. So you've got to at least unlock that level. We'll go normal difficulty, Y Tower speed run. And the reason we're going for Y Tower is because the soundtrack for that level is fucking banging.
And what's the speed run? Is it 30 seconds, 30 minutes? How long does that level type kind
It's
of last?
probably 7 or 8 minutes.
7 or 8 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll work out the format exactly, but that's exciting. I've always wanted an excuse for that. It's on PlayStation now, I presume. It is on
and it's
PlayStation now. It
fantastic.
is. Yeah, I might go and play it now.
You won't regret it.
All very good. All very good. All right. Okay. Well, I think that that runs us through our agenda. So that is a quick recap there. James didn't win, but he still got 2 points. James is within 10 points of me and within 15 or 20 of Duane and Dave and Stu. So that's good. We've got Blue Cell Challenge on the game. We're hoping to knock 5 points off in the real life challenge is in play, and that is called Cuddly Toy. We'll get that done. And Streets of Rage is this month's challenge. So without further ado, which is my favourite phrase at the moment, take us home with some housekeeping. Get your pinny on and get your little feather duster out, Stu.
Right.
Do some housekeeping,
Right
mate.
then, so obviously we're all on the Facebook, so if you just look for the TheLoggBox and then you'll find us on Facebook. We're doing quite a lot of streaming on Twitch and YouTube, doing a lot of Midgard and a lot of community members as well. So the F1 season, if you want to catch up on that one, Duane, we've got all the races
queued
in
up,
there,
ready to go.
but the best one, I think, I do think the best one is the last one because all four of us are on there and it's quite cool, that one. It's quite a nice little sentiment one as well. And the one where I sideswipe Rich, which is quite cool. So we're on Twitch and Instagram. But please send us an email at TheLoggBox at TheLoggBox. That's 2 G's at gmail.com. Send us your thoughts, comments, ideas, criticisms, anything you want in the show or you don't want in the show, voicemail, anything like that. Send it all through. It doesn't matter. Or any abuse you want to send to Dave, that's fine. But mainly send it to James because he deserves it. Because nobody likes a winner. Everybody likes the underdog, and I'm technically last, so everybody should like me.
We douched you.
Absolutely. What a terrible cry for help that was at the end. Right.
Please, love.
Cue outro music.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.